Welcome. Thank you for joining me. My name is Jennifer Barker, and I'm a licensed massage therapist at Trellis Supportive Care. I wanted to reach out to you all today and share a self-massage protocol that I use myself during this time when we're asked to create space and social distancing. Massage is a very instinctive thing that we utilize. When we're a child, we may remember bumping our knee or falling to the ground and grabbing it to rub it to release some of the tension in that area or to provide us with some comfort or pain relief. When we knock our elbow, we probably do the same. So touch is something that's instinctual, something that we do without even being told to do. Touch can provide us with comfort. It can provide us with grounding. It can provide us with relaxation. And massage therapy can help provide us with pain management, relief from pain that we may experience from edema. It can help with digestion, and it also helps to release the endorphins and our feel-good chemicals in our body. So I wanted to share with you in this time that we're asked to create space from one another, a self-massage protocol that can maybe offer some of those benefits to you. So before we begin, be sure and wash your hands. Also make sure if any of the movements are painful or uncomfortable for you, go ahead and stop doing those, and you can pause and wait till we get to the next area of the body. If any of the tools that I'm offering you go against direct care from your doctor, follow whatever your doctor is telling you to do, and use from the video what you can. And it's okay if there's some modifications that you need to utilize during the protocol. Some people may not be able to reach or flex their body in a way that would give them access to do the ways that I'm doing it. So at the end of the video, I'll go over a few modifications for those areas. So after you've washed your hands, these are some other items that you may want to have but are not necessary. You may want to have some lotion or oil. You may also want to provide yourself with some relaxing music, a quiet space, whether you're lying down or sitting. Either one is fine, depending on your level of comfort. Okay. And so once you're settled in, I just want to invite you to take some relaxing breaths. Inhaling slowly through your nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth. Paying attention to what you may notice during your breath. Any areas of tension, any areas of pain. With each breath, allowing those areas to soften and relax. As you begin to notice, allow each breath to soften and soothe your muscles, allowing you to relax them as you breathe gently, inhaling in through your nose and exhaling slowly through your mouth. So the first body part that we're going to start with today will be our feet. So for this, you're going to take your two thumbs, and if you're able, you can cross your leg over onto your opposite knee. Using your two thumbs starting at your heel, you're going to press upwards towards your toes, and you can gently glide outward, going back down to the heel, moving up towards your toes, gliding outwards, allowing this area to soften and relax, paying attention to any tender areas you may find. And if at any point anything becomes painful, you can reduce pressure in that area, or you can stop massaging in that area and move on to a different location in the foot. Sometimes when we find these tender areas, it's helpful to do a lighter pressure in that area and do small circles. If you're unable to utilize your thumbs in this area, you can use a soft fist. It's called like a bear paw. And you can use your knuckles to gently glide across the foot as well. Making circles, you can get creative with it as long as you're mindful that you're not causing yourself any pain. Again, using your thumbs, and you can create where you do the right hand and then the left hand up. If you want to use your fingers, you can do that as well, creating small circles. And sometimes it's nice to take your fingers in between the toes and create a nice little stretch there. All of this is within your own comfort level. After you've finished with the foot, you could take both hands and gently squeeze, moving up to the ankle. And while your leg is here, it gives you really good access to this calf muscle in your leg. And you can take your hands, making a C, and gently squeeze that muscle, moving up towards your knees. If you have any varicosities like varicose veins or spider veins, be very mindful of the pressure that you use in this area. And then you can move your hands all the way up to your hips, making small circles around your knees. Sometimes our knees carry a lot of tenderness and pain in that area. Some people may have had knee replacements, knee surgeries. So doing small circles right there around the knee cap, the patella, can be very beneficial to relieve some of the pain you might have in that area. Okay? And then when you finish with the leg and the foot, you'll move on to the opposite leg as well. So we'll do that one shortly together. And this time we'll just do the demonstration without the readings. And just pay attention to what you may notice. Using your thumbs, moving up to the tops of your toes, back down to the heel, or you can try the soft fist, gliding with your knuckles, moving up to your legs, C, squeezing gently, to the knees, small circles, moving up to your legs and your hips, and then coming back down. After you've completed both sides, we're going to focus some attention more on the fronts of our legs and the sides. So you can take both hands and make them into the small bear paws, and then you can do gentle circles, moving up towards your knees. When you get to your knees, small circles with your fingertips. Remembering to breathe and take time to notice and pay attention to what you may feel with each touch. If there's an area of tenderness, decreasing your pressure in that area and maybe paying a little bit more attention to that area. And if it's painful, remember to back off on pressure or move on to another part of your body. Then as you move up to the tops of your legs, you can do small squeezes in this area, and that can help to relax those muscles in our legs. You can also create the small soft fists or the bear claws, and you can use those knuckles to glide up and down on your IT band, this side part of your leg. Sometimes people get really, really tight there, and it can also cause a lot of lower back pain sometimes. So releasing this area and helping this muscle group to soften can really help with that. Okay, and then find your hip bone over here on the side, and you can do little soft fists at this point, making small circles in that area. You can also use the heels of your hands, remembering to breathe and relax. Paying attention to what you notice as you're massaging your hips. Areas of tenderness, less pressure. Making sure that nothing is ever painful. Backing off and moving on to another body part if you do find pain in that area. And now we'll move up to our hands that do so much for us throughout the day and possibly for others. Our hands have small muscle groups in this area, very intrinsic, like little motions that we do. So with this, take extra care and extra time. So you can take your thumb, starting at the base of your palm, right here at the wrist, moving upward. And I'm holding my hand up so you can see this, but when practiced, you can allow your hand to relax in your lap or at your side if you're lying down. So the thumb is going to come up in between each finger, gliding gently. And then you can make small circles with your thumb. In this area, you can also use that soft fist using your knuckles of the other hand to make small circles. Okay, and you're going to repeat that also on the opposite hand. Okay, another thing that you can do with your hands is to do some gentle stretching, maybe moving your wrist forward and back, side to side. Moving your fingers as if you're waving at someone. And then you can also work on each finger individually. So if you think of taking a coin and rubbing like this, or you think of a little record player that plays and how it circles around, you're going to be making this motion. Grabbing gently a finger in the opposite hand, using your thumb and your index finger to make small circles down to the tips. So from the base all the way to the tips. Remembering to breathe and relax, paying attention to what you may notice as you're practicing this self-massage. And as you move over to the other hand, you're also taking your thumb, starting at the heel of the palm, moving up between each finger, gently gliding, moving on to soft knuckles, small circles. Each finger, paying attention to what you may notice. And now that your hands are complete, you can give them another little shake, letting go of any tension that you're holding there. You can even do squeeze and release, which is really good to let go of some tension that you might have there. And then we'll move up to our arms. So starting with either arm, you're going to take the heel of your opposite hand and place it on your arm and just squeeze gently, not causing any pain. The arms and these muscles sometimes get really tight because of so much that we do with these muscle groups throughout our day. So helping to relax them can help with pain reduction, it can help with circulation, it can help with relaxation. Okay. And you'll perform that same movement on the opposite side. And you can move up and down. Be mindful of any varicosities you may have, any areas that may be painful, remembering to move on to another area or back off on pressure. And as you make it to your elbows, you can do as you did on your knees, since it's a very small area, making the small circles with your fingers. Repeating on the opposite side. And you can take as much time as you like to work on these different muscle groups and areas in your body. After you've watched the video a few times, you may come up with new ideas of what is going to work for you and what feels best for you. And then you'll move up to the tops of the arms, crossing your opposite arm across your chest, gently squeezing with that heel to palm action. Moving all the way up to your shoulders. Repeating on the opposite side. Small circles at the elbow. Moving up to your shoulders. And now when we're working on our shoulders, you're going to cross your arm gently across your chest if you're able to. And then you're going to make that same C shape, squeezing the upper trapezius, which is this upper part here in your shoulder. And you can repeat on the opposite side. Always doing this within comfort level of yourself. Be mindful of what you may notice. Stopping with any areas of pain or adjusting your pressure accordingly. Now with either the heel of your hand or your fingers, right here, if your collarbone is here, you're coming right to that joint there. Using your fingertips or the heel of your hand or the soft knuckles and make small circles. You can also move your arm around as you do this and just keep your hand in place. And it will allow to increase the range of motion that you may have in that area. And it can also help with any tenderness that you may have there. Remembering to back off on pressure if you notice any areas that are painful or uncomfortable. And if they are painful and reducing the pressure doesn't help, avoid that area and move on to a different part of your body. So after you've completed these on both sides, if you're able to, you're going to move back up to your shoulder and neck area. So from the back, what you're going to do is take your hands, your elbows are going to come straight up. I'm going to kind of turn to the side so you can see. And my fingers are facing each other behind my neck. If you are able to do that movement, then go ahead and try. If you're not, then I would recommend just trying to do some neck stretches at this point, where you can move your head to the right or move your head to the left, back, forward, always staying within a range of motion that is comfortable to you, and in noticing anything that might not feel good to you, and avoiding that movement or that area. So when you're working with your neck in this C that you're doing, you're just going to be squeezing outward with your fingers. So you're just coming around back to the front with that movement. That one's really good. A lot of times you hear the weight of the world on our shoulders, but a lot of people do tend to carry a lot of tension in this area. So anything that we can do to help relax and soften that area through the self-massage tool can be very helpful for range of motion, pain reduction, relaxation. Until I can get back to you and provide you with some massage services, which I look forward to very much. So after you've moved through the neck and your upper shoulders, we're going to move on to our face. So being sure that you have washed your hands prior to starting. You're going to start with your hands right below your eyes, beside your nose, and you're going to move outwards. You're going to feel a little dip right underneath this cheekbone here, and you can do small circles using whatever finger is most comfortable, and move outwards and gently come down your face with your fingers. Moving up to your temples, small circles. This can really help sometimes if we have tension headaches, or we have problems with like our allergies or sinus congestion. moving up to your forehead. You're going to come across with your fingers in the middle, moving back down to the temples. You can pause there for a moment, making some small circles, and coming back down to your chin. There's also a little place that you'll find, it's a little dip right underneath this cheekbone, right beside your nose. And you can make small circles there and then come outward to the side. And that can really help to release some of that sinus pressure that you may be experiencing right now. And now, after we've moved back up to the forehead and finished that area, we're going to move to our scalp. Okay? So you're just making small little fingers with an open palm and making circles here on your scalp, wherever it feels nice to you. I think that some of us will notice that there may be some tender areas here. And just be mindful of your pressure. After you've finished massaging your scalp, and you can also use the tips of your fingers to just use strokes that are this way. Whatever feels nice and comforting to you. After you've completed all of the various parts that we've gone over today, you've now completed your full body massage, self-massage protocol. I hope that this is going to be a useful tool for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I look forward to connecting with you all very soon. Be well.